everybody, welcome back to another beading video. And today's video we will be making a beaded mouse. And here's two mice that I've made. And then you can also another variation of this, you can just like tweak the directions a little bit and you can make a rat, and that's the rat that I've made. The ears are just a little bit smaller, and then the body's just a little bigger. But yeah, and I would like to thank Don't Tax the South Cause We Got Mad in the Shade for commenting on my simple beaded butterfly video that I should do a mouse or rat. So that's what I'm doing, and I have worked at this design. This is kind of similar to the beaded dragon. So, and I've used some techniques in here that I have then. So I strongly recommend you go and do that before you do this, because this is a little more complex than it. Okay, so what you'll need for today's video is beads, of course. I'm using these three colors. I'm using a brown for the main body, pink for the nose and the tail, and then black for the eyes. And these are size 8 beads. They're glass. I just got them, let's see, it says Alaska Bead Company. That's just our local bead company place. But you can also get beads on firemountaingems.com. And just a fair warning, these are supposed to be size 8 beads, but they are quite bigger and like they're more square, I don't know, than these ones. So don't get these ones because they're bigger than the size 8 beads. All of the beads in this project are size 8, so you don't need like any smaller ones or anything. And I will also be using this wire. This was also bought at firemountaingems.com. It is 28 gauge wire, and this is actually really good at like some of it, like this copper wire. It doesn't bend and like stay its shape as easily as this one, so this is really good. It's just copper core black. And I'll also need I used a ruler just to measure the wire, and scissors to cut the wire, and something to put your beads in. You can use a watercolor tray. That works very well because there's a lot of compartments. And I think that is all you need. Let's get started. So, the measurements of wire that you will need for today's mouse will be, so for the main body, you'll need 18 inches of wire. And for the ears, because we're going to put those on separately, you'll need 6 inches of wire. And for this like middle weave part to like kind of keep it together, you will need 8 inches of wire. And yeah, so for beads, I don't have the exact count on them, so I'm just gonna pour a bunch in, and it will be extras, but I'll just put them back in the tubes. Alright, so now I have my beads in my container, or little holder, and now I will get started. So take your 18-inch piece of wire, and I have just mine curled up just to get it all straight. Just like that. And now, to fold it in half, we're going to fold this in half, bring the two edges together, and just pull out until it meets the middle, just like that. Now we're going to put the nose on. So we're going to take one pink bead, or whatever color you're using for the nose, and slide it down. Now you can sort of hold it like that. It's in the middle, keep it in the middle. Now you can take one of your sides of wire, wrap it around like that, and stick it through that one bead on the top. Make sure to keep the bead in the middle. You can sort of pinch the bead between your fingers and go like that until it's tightened. And you'll get something like this. And this is the basic weaving, bead weaving technique that you're gonna do. So now while pinching it, you can go like that. And okay, mine's a little off-centered, but it's okay because you'll have extra wire anyway. So now for the second row, I'm going to take brown because that is the base color for my mouse. Okay, so now put 2 of your body colored beads onto the wire. Just like that. And now take the opposite, whatever's the opposite wire on the side, and loop it around and put it through those 2 beads. So it's like, and you can like sort of center it. So it's like that, and you can pull it tight. And center it just like that. And there is the tip of the little nose. So now pinch it. Bring your wire back. And now we come to the eye row. So get 1 black bead. Put it on one of the sides of your wire. And then one of your body colored beads. I'll just say brown because I'm using brown. And 1 more eye bead, or black in my case. Bring them all the way down. And loop it around and put it through. Just like that. And tighten. Just like that. So there is your little mouse face or rat face, depending on what you're making. And now you're gonna do 2, like kind of for the neck part, 2 body colored beads, 2 brown beads. Bring it up and around, just like that. And now, after the 2 beads, you're going to put 3 more beads on. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now it's time to move on to the curve of the body, like that, this curve, and it's hollow, so it's kind of 3D. If you are doing a rat, because the rat is bigger, you are going to put on 6 beads on one side of your wire. But if you're doing a mouse, which I'm doing a mouse, the mouse is smaller, so just put on 5 beads on one side of your wire. Two, 3, 4, 5, like that. And again, if you're doing a rat, do 6. And once again, loop it over and through your beads. I'll zoom in. Over and then through your beads, just like that. And pull it through. And now what you're gonna do is sort of gonna bend it like this, like that. and sort of make it into a little rainbow curve shape, just like that. And you're sort of just gonna like nestle those 3 beads into the 5 beads that you just put on. Like, so the 5 beads is like straddling it, just like a little rainbow shape. And that is the base of your body. So like the neck and then the body goes up. And now for your next row, you're gonna put 7 beads on, and if you're doing a rat, put 8 beads on. That one's a little small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bring them down. Get your wire across and put it through your beads. Just like that. And again, make this little kind of rainbow shape with it. Like curve it into a right angle. Tie it and then curve it. Just like that. It's a little rainbow. So then it's sloping up, and then it's going to slope back down once we add more beads. The next row is going to be, if you are making a mouse, it's going to be 9 beads. If you're making a rat, you would want to put 10. Right. There we go, 9 beads. And same process, loop your wire around and put them through all 9 beads. And you don't have to do it in one go. You can always go like put through the 4 and then the wire out again, and then put it through 2 more, and then you can put it through 2 more again. Just like that. So you don't have to do them all in one go, especially when you're doing a long string of beads. Again, so tie it tight. You sort of have to use your fingers to curve it a little bit. And just go like that. It's a little rainbow shaped curve. Now for the next row, we're going to start going down, sloping back down. It is 8 beads. Eight beads on your wire. Bend it like that. Put your wire around. Put your wire through all 8 beads. Tighten it. Encourage the curve a little with your fingers until it gets that rainbow shape. And that is another row done. Your next row is going to be 5 again. On that row, you're going to add 6 beads and not 5 beads. 4, 5. Oh, I did it on the other side of the wire this time. So depending on what your side you do it, you just take the opposite one and put it through. Tighten it and kind of end it a little bit. End the rainbow, so small rainbow, big rainbow, small rainbow. And there we go. And now we're gonna make it into a point. We're gonna put 2 beads on our wire. And on the rat, you're gonna add 3 beads instead of 2 beads on this row. 1, 2. and do our usual thing, just like that. Like that, and sort of center it a little so it's all flush with each other. And now we're almost to the part where we're gonna do the tail. Next row is gonna be just one brown one. If you're doing the rat, this row you're gonna add 2 beads instead of 1 bead. Just one on your wire. And do the same thing with the weaving. And now we are going to start putting our tail on. So we are at this point and we're going to start adding the beads to the tail. And you're going to need 8 beads for the tail. And if you are doing the rat, you're going to use 9, just one more. But I'm doing the mouse, so I'm just going to use 8 beads. So 1, 2. This is a lot like the dragon, the tail. It is very similar. It's like the exact same to the dragon or lizard. So 1, 2. And finally 8. And now to end it off, I just do it like you did the beaded dragon. I mean, if you've done the beaded dragon. But this is exactly how to end the tail off for the beaded dragon. You take the wire around and put it through that hole till it peeks out. So you whip it around and then you do the same the other way. Just like that. And now take the 2 ends together and twist them. And now you can snip with your scissors the extra wire off. There we go. So now here is your basic body of the mouse. And now we're gonna do the ears. So now you will need your 6-inch piece of wire. So I'm gonna unravel mine. You're gonna fold it in half again, so match the 2 ends together and fold it in half. And now through the neck of the mouse, so these 2 beads right here, you're gonna thread that wire, one of the sides of the wire, through those 2 holes, just like that. Just put the mouse in the middle, just like that. Just like that. And now try to keep it centered when you're doing the ears. So what I like to do for the ears is take one side of your wire, and if you are going to do a rat, you just want to put 4 beads on this wire, because I think rats' ears are smaller. I don't know. So, but for a mouse, I am using 5 beads on my wire. 5. And then here's a little bit of a tricky part, but we're gonna do it. So now that you have them on, I want you to bend your wire out this way and then bring it back in and string it through these beads. So bring it this way, swoop it around, and then bring your tip until you have, now like string it through your beads like that. So now it's gonna look like this. And now make sure you can sort of scoot the beads a little bit. Make sure it's tight, like against the head, just like that. And then pull this string out, or wire, and so it'll form a little circle. You can sort of help this make a little circle. Help it make a little circle just like that. And from now on, pull the wire this way to secure it like that. So there is your first ear. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And I will do the other one in real time as well because it's sort of a tricky part. So once again, on this side, take 5 beads and put them on your wire. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now you have your string of ear beads, and you're going to swoop the wire. Swoop the wire out and around. Out and around. And it's going to come up through the 5 beads. Just like that. And with this one, you don't want there to be any slack. So if you can take your fingers and scoot the beads down like that. Just make sure there's no slack, because you don't want your mouse to have loose ears. You can kind of go like that and just like that, and help them get into a little circle like that, and pull it tight. And now you're gonna just like adjust your ears a little bit, make them on the top of the head. And now you have 2 extra wires right here. Pinch them, bring them together a little bit. And this process will tighten the ears, so make the ears more secure at least. Now you're just going to twist those 2 wires together. There we go. Just like that, and that will secure the ears better. And now the extra wire you can just snip. There we go, and then you can bend that down if you want to, just in case it's like sharp or anything. And yeah, so this, I mean, you can leave your mouse or rat like this if you want to, but I'm going to do something to secure this so it's not like that, it doesn't separate, so it's kind of solid. And this is a little bit complicated too, but I have made a diagram to go along with it, so it's hopefully a little more easy. Behold, here's my wonderful diagram. So, here it is. It says, weaving through rows of beads for the mouse. And here is just like a little simplified profile of it. Here's the eye. The eye bead is right there. And then here's like the neck bead, which the 2 represents the 2 because there's 2 beads on that row. And then there's 3 beads, and then for this row, 5, 7, 9, 8, 5, and then 2. And then 1 for this tail bead. So what we are going to do is take the wire. This is just the first time through. It's sort of like a wave. So we're gonna take the wire, put it up through between the eye and the row of 2 beads. Put it up, so then it's basically just sticking up. And we're gonna fold it back down through here. We're just gonna weave it through the beads. And now we're gonna turn it around and go through a second time, just like that, until it is sticking down. So 2 points sticking down, and then we're gonna curve them together and then cut it. So yeah, it says once you are done weaving one way through, go back the other way to make it extra secure. So that's what we are going to do. You can take like a picture of this or something if the video is confusing and you need a diagram to help you. But yeah, so this is what you'll need the 8-inch piece for. The 8-inch piece, and now we're going to stick it right through between the row with the eyes and the neck row. So stick it. The ears are kind of in the way, but stick it right through those 2 rows like that, and leave about, I don't know, an inch or so, like 2 fingers length, and try and keep it there because it'll most likely pull. But yeah. And now we're gonna go back down. It's sort of hard to see. We're gonna go back down. So go through like that, and then pull. So then there it is. And kind of find the middle, even though if it's an odd number, you can just nestle it in between some of the beads. Now you're gonna go up again into the next row. Go up like that. There. Pull it. You kind of find your middle, just like that. And go back down through this crack. Go down and find your middle like that. Now go up through like that. Just like that. Now you might want to go like that. See, it got smaller because I've been pulling it. So there's your middle. Next row, go through. So I'm just weaving the wire through the beads to make them more secure. Just like that. Now up through this bit. Hold on, let me kind of like this. Actually, on this mouse, I did not weave through the row with 2 beads, so I'm just not going to do that. So now, where I am now, I will reverse and go the other way. So stick it through, this isn't really as complicated as it seems. So sorry if I'm explaining it too complicatedly. I don't know if that's a word or not. But yeah, so basically just the same thing, just the opposite way. Just through, up, and around. If you've ever like weaved a basket or something, or like done those pot holders, this will probably make a little more sense to you. It's just like that, but weaving with beads. Instead, beads and wire instead of scraps of fabric. Make sure it finds the little crack. And go down this way through the first little rainbow that we did and the 3 beads that are nestled in, and then you're going to have 2 beads that are sticking out. Make sure they're secure. We can move the ears around, kind of adjust it, and we are almost done. All we have to do now is see these 2 wires, grip them in our fingers like we did the tail and the ears, and just move the mouse like this, or rat, depending on what you're doing, until a little twist forms. Just like that. Now you are going to snip the wire just like that, and you can bend them down a little if you have, like, I don't know, pliers or something, or scissors. My scissors just work well too. Just gonna twist it extra, and there you have it. Congratulations if you have gotten past those difficult steps. Hopefully I explained them well, but so there you have your little beaded mouse or rat, whatever you did. But yeah, so hopefully this video was helpful to you, and thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy your little mouse or rat. I keep saying that. Anyway, so yes, and please leave below in the comments what other animals I should make, and keep in mind, no guarantees. But yeah, so thank you once again to Don't Tax the South because we got it mad in the shade for requesting this video, and I hope you were able to make it. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this, and like this video if you made one of these successfully, and well, liked it. Hope you guys all stay happy, healthy, and safe.